Hey guys, in today's video, we're going to be talking about Rockstar's plans to continue updating Grand Theft Auto Online. Will we see anything for Halloween, which we've seen the last couple of years in GTA 5, and a whole lot more, and all the questions that you guys had for me in this week's Q&A video. So let's jump into it and let's get it started today. Our first question comes from Kevin Core, who says, if Rockstar do stop updating Grand Theft Auto Online after December, do you think it's a wrong move for them? Love the vids. Well, thanks, Kevin. I do, because I think there's so many themes that Rockstar have not explored. I mean, they haven't done anything in the ocean or the sea. They haven't done any sort of like free roam racing update, like a Midnight Club or something like that. I still feel like they haven't focused a lot of their attention on Paleto Bay or Grapeseed. You know, maybe doing like an off-roading redneck DLC, something like that. That would be really cool. There's a ton of themes left to explore, and I feel like if they were to just stop now, it would be unfortunate, because it might be never, or it might be until the next installment, GTA 6, until we see something like that. And I'm sure if that is the case, where Rockstar ultimately move it to the next installment of GTA, it'll be amazing. But I think it's all something we'd rather see now over later, because, again, Rockstar probably have a ton of amazing ideas. There's a lot of awesome vehicles and content that people would be looking forward to in the game. So, yeah, I do think it would be unfortunate, just because there's still so much potential. If we're only looking at it from that front, the potential is still incredible, and the possibilities that Rockstar could do are still pretty limitless, which I think is pretty neat. Daniel Pinto says, hi, Ross, do you think that Rockstar will spend half of October and November and half of December, 2 months, without a single update and only giving out random t-shirts and liveries once in a while? Or is it possible that we get a small DLC like the one that brought the Sultan RS? So that is a very optimistic point, your final one, but I think it's going to be what you said first. I think for the next 2 months, Rockstar are literally going to just be doing, you know, event weeks with bonuses, discounts, sales, t-shirts, and liveries. I really think they want people to focus on Red Dead Redemption 2, and even a small update like you mentioned, like the one that brought the Sultan RS and the Banshee 900R in the game. I think that might sort of clash with what Rockstar has going on. Plus, I think that also might interfere with plans to introduce a bigger December update. Because if they did that like in the middle of November, it would be really close to releasing another DLC in December. So I think it is going to be the longest stretch we have ever gone without receiving an update in Grand Theft Auto Online. I don't think we're going to be getting anything, obviously, in October, nothing in November. I think it's going to be from July 24th, which is when After Hours came out, to whatever comes out in December. That's when we would see it, which would be the longest gap ever that Rockstar has done for an update. Takaki says, do you think all these new upgrades and liveries that are coming to old cars could be a hint from Rockstar of an upcoming Tuners and Outlaws DLC? That's another one I didn't even think of regarding the first question, like, you know, all the updates Rockstar could add. Tuners and Outlaws, that's like another one that would be amazing. I certainly hope so, and it wouldn't be the first time that Rockstar has hinted at content coming based off of things they've done in a current DLC. So, for example, Rockstar adding something in the current DLC that sort of hints at what is to come in the next update. So they've done that plenty of times in the past. We saw that in 2017, 2016. So yeah, maybe that is the case of some sort of racing free roam Tuners and Outlaws update. That would be super cool. And another thing that Tuners and Outlaws does really well is it has sort of that Red Dead Redemption 2 vibe in the name. So maybe Rockstar could find some way to incorporate that, where they get a little bit of Red Dead Redemption 2 promotion in there, but they still provide an amazing DLC for online. I think that would ultimately be a win-win for Rockstar, and it would be a win-win for the community as well, as I know that's a theme a lot of people have been looking forward to. All right, moving on to our next question from Scotty. He says, do you think Rockstar will add missions and Devin Weston like they did with Martin Madrazo in his missions? So he's talking about Martin Madrazo's dispatch services that were sort of like these free roam missions that were added. There weren't anything like crazy in terms of cutscenes like what we saw in After Hours, but they were fun new missions that paid out pretty well. And yeah, that's the sort of thing I could see Rockstar doing, you know, over the next couple of weeks and months when Red Dead Redemption 2 is coming out. Since they won't be adding, you know, new content to the game, they could do stuff like that is better than just bonuses, discounts, t-shirts, and liveries. something that's a little bit more interactive that we can do, that we can make money with, that has us doing different objectives and stuff like that. So I think that's a great idea, Scotty. I'm not sure if Devin Weston is the best candidate. Do we even see him in Grand Theft Auto Online? I think it would have to be a character that we actually like make contact with in online. Don't get me wrong, Devin Weston's cool, but I don't know how that messes up the Grand Theft Auto Online timeline or something like that. Anyways, moving on to another question. We have Peter Pan, my good friend. He says, as they said on the newswire, stay tuned for new additions to the club scene to come. Do you think more DJs will get added in an After Hours Part 2 DLC, like different genres of music or something? So regarding the first thing you said, Rockstar's wordage on the newswire, they are always so weird about that. Stay tuned for new additions to the club scene could have meant like an adversary mode, or could have meant like one of the DJs that was already added. So trying to predict what they say and what they mean by what they write on the newswire is always so confusing. But I definitely think it's possible, because if you think about it, that would be a DLC that wouldn't require a ton of work from Rockstar, aside from doing the motion capture stuff for the new DJs. And that might be tricky, because everything else is already in the game. Like the characters that introduce the DJs, the nightclubs themselves, the After Hours theme is already there. So I certainly think it's possible. As far as other genres of music, I'm not sure. There's thousands of genres of music, so I'm not sure what Rockstar could go into. And I'm not sure what sort of DJs they would involve. I think people are going to look for a break for After Hours. I mean, the After Hours stuff was fun, but I don't know if it's something that people want like another part 2 of. I think they want to explore sort of some of the other themes that could happen in the game. Asti says, do you feel that Rockstar should abandon GTA updates and now focus more their attention towards the next GTA installment? So I think we've already started to see that. I mean, I think it's pretty clear that Rockstar has their focus on other outlets, RDR2, whatever Rockstar might do after that, like Bully 2, which of course is rumored, and then obviously GTA 6. These Grand Theft Auto games take years and years to develop in terms of, scouting out a city, developing the plot, getting characters and stuff like that. So yeah, I would definitely say that process has already started. Otherwise, I don't feel like we would see these big gaps between updates, and I feel like they would be way more content heavy than what we've seen in the past couple. So I think that process has already started. So I don't think it means it's going to be a total abandonment of GTA Online, and I also don't think it means that GTA 6 will be coming out next year. I think there's sort of a balancing act here. Babar says, do you think Rockstar will ever reduce or stop adding weaponized vehicles to GTA Online due to its current fate now? I would say no. I think Rockstar is really only interested in adding something if they know people will buy it. And that just happens to be like weaponized stuff, rocket-powered stuff. Because at the end of the day, again, they are a business. They're looking to make money here. And I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing. That's just the way Rockstar's been going about doing it. And unless something is totally game-breaking, I don't think they're going to stop adding stuff like that. And in fact, I don't think they really care about the fate of online. Like I said, if they can add it to the game and people will buy it, I think that's really all they care about. And at the end of the day, it leads to some pretty war zone-like lobbies where everyone and their mom and their dog seems to have, an oppressor or a big armored weaponized vehicle. It really has changed Grand Theft Auto Online, but I guess there's almost nothing we can do about that at this point. And our final question of the day comes from Jack Dawson. He says, do you think Rockstar will go lower in vehicle prices as we approach the end of GTA 5 Online's life cycle, or just go lower the prices of existing vehicles like they did in 2013 or 14, or go higher for more shark card income? So regarding your first point, I think it would be cool, once online reaches a certain point, if Rockstar made everything permanently 50% off or 60 or 75% off. That'd be so cool. Give players the chance that are still around to be able to enjoy all of the content for much cheaper. That way Rockstar isn't giving away stuff for free, but it's a lot easier to get. Supercars will be well under $500,000. Most items will be incredibly cheap. So I think that would be really cool. Prices of stuff have been a little bit cheaper lately. I think it kind of reached its peak in 2016 and 2017. I feel like recently it's been a little bit less expensive. I don't know if they would go back. Honestly, I think it might be random. But who knows? Rockstar might go higher for, let's say, a December update because it might be their final opportunity to get some money out of Grand Theft Auto Online. So who knows? I definitely think that is an interesting question, but that's all the ones that I'm going to be answering in this week's Q&A video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. As always, if you want to be featured in a Q&A video like this, all you got to do is go in the description, follow me on Twitter, and just be sure to use that hashtag AskBoss, and you might find yourself featured in the next one. If you did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And also, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new, or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.